Ngayon, sasabihin ko na, walang kinalaman po yung kampo ng mga Duterte. You will see that wala yung connection na yon, no? That they were all definitely, hindi mo makita yung kulay green ba? O yun, hindi mo makita yung kulay green. So, yes, very good question. It was observed that all of these posts intensified 2 weeks before the election. We have taken the liberty of not disclosing the name of this individual, but as you will see, what is being portrayed here is that meron daw sinabi si Senator Revilla. But quinote yung binanggit ni Senator Bong, no? Sinabi ni Senator Bong, which is true, yung nagnanakaw talaga sa bayan, dapat kung kinakailangan hatulan ng kamatayan para matigil na yan. It was one of his campaign promises that if he is elected this year, he will author or co-sponsor a bill wherein the crime of plunder will now be penalized with death. Now, ang problema, pag tiningnan nyo itong post na ito, merong sinulat, pero di ko pa rin isa sa uli ang 124 million. Manigas kayo. Obviously, Senator Revilla never said this. And yet, it is being made in social media, and it has been shared so many times to show na parang not only na siya ay hindi nagsusole, because as I mentioned, there is nothing in the decision of the Sandigan Bayan wherein he was been ordered to return any amount to the government. And then lastly is meron pang salita na manigas kayo. In other words, parang antapang pa, maangas pa ang dating. So, this is actually one of the examples to show how fake news can actually create such a negative impression on an individual. Now, wala namang problema yung gumawa ng, to highlight facts. I mean, it is the right of the public to know about facts. But it is definitely wrong when you try to make false allegations or false statements or imaginary statements and make it appear to the public as if it was made by that person. That is not only unfair, it creates a bad precedent, Hindi natin masabi kung hanggang kailan pa na magkakaroon ng ganyan, napapayagan niya ng COMELEC, at hindi sila nananagot at walang takot na gumawa ng mga ganitong mga imbento ng mga salita. And the result is very apparent. The result is very apparent. In the previous 2 terms of Senator Bong, he was either number 1 or number 2. Now, in 2019, nung nagkaroon itong mga kaso na to, he landed 11th, which is understandable kasi nasa gitna siya ng mga kaso. But itong 2024, notwithstanding the fact that he has been cleared from all charges and then that there has been no determination or order for him to return a single centavo to the government, lumalabas itong mga fake news na ito. And the effect is that he landed 14th. I mean, think about it, just multiply the number of people who appeared to have voted during the elections, and you take a look at the spread or the capability to spread these false news, then the effect of that, 1.3 million for Senator Bong to have at least been in the 12th spot, is, well, you can already extrapolate that malaking epekto talaga yung mga fake news. Yes, sir.
Attorney, tanong ko lang, meron ba kayo estimate kung ilan yung individual na kakasuhan, tsaka kailan po kayo magpa-file ng kaso?
All right. So, right now, the camp of Senator Revilla is looking at the possibility of filing about 5 to 10 cyber libel cases against personalities on Facebook, social media, vloggers, and those who have their own websites who have spread fake news about Senator Bong, which he attributes to be the reason why he landed only 14th in the senatorial elections. What will happen first is that once that it is vetted, we will choose kung sino yung the ones who deserve really, no, to be charged and who should be made responsible for this, to serve as an example as well to the public. Hindi naman kinakailangan na lahat, no? Pero definitely there has to be somebody na hindi lamang naman si Senator Bong ang makikinabang dito. Kung hindi, pati na rin kahit na all the way up to the local elections yan sigurado, pag nalaman ng mga tao na hindi ka pwedeng magsalita, no, ng fake o gumawa ng mga imagined na mga salita o mga imagined na mga akusasyon, no, magdadalawang isip. And then hopefully, no, ay magiging mas maayos yung ating pagkampanya at yung mga tao ay makakaboto rin ng mas maayos.
Sir, wala pang timeline kung kailan.
Definitely, right now, we already have the materials. And within the week, we will be submitting these materials to the NBI already for proper coordination. Now, once that, during the same period, the complaints will already be drafted. And then the only thing that we will await are the bona fides of these individuals, yung kanilang true names, as well as yung kanilang addresses. That's it. So probably you can expect anytime by next week or 2 weeks from now, there will be a series of cases that will be filed by Senator Revilla. Yes, sir.
Are those attacks intentional or organized?
Yun nga, hindi rin naman namin masasabi kung organized, ano? Pero kasi that's why when you even look at the profiles of these individuals, you know, one of the things na tinanong ko, is this organized? Ano, in other words, meron bang grupo? Lumalabas na kung meron mang grupo, ngayon sasabihin ko na, walang kinalaman po yung kampo ng mga Duterte. Dediretsuhin ko na po. At least based on the initial impressions no, ng profiles nitong mga taong ito, it does not appear to be an organized group. Yung, usually, akala natin, ano, yung laban ng ng grupo ng mga Marcos at yung grupo ng mga Duterte, no? Hindi po. Lumalabas po na this appears to be somebody else's move. I'm not willing to disclose that. But again, all of these are really pretty vague rumors as well. Madali naman gumawa ng connection, but all I can say is that the camp of the former president has nothing to do with this.
But mga groups na, or individuals na who are behind those, who are behind the spread of attacks against Senator Bong, may common sa kanila. Do they belong to the same group or?
I do not want to venture in that kind of speculation as of now. Mahirap na. Again, it's all a question of just putting all the individuals together and then trying to see the commonality. There appears to be a commonality, but the only commonality that I can provide at this time is that it has nothing to do with the Duterte group.
Last na po. The senator is not questioning the integrity or the results of the elections, even in certain areas.
Yes. Senator Revilla had actually one of the first ones who conceded that he had lost during the elections. He accepted the decision made by the Filipino people, that he is not one of the 12 chosen. But what he regrets is the fact that the reason for not putting him in the ballot is because of the belief by quite a significant number of Filipinos that he was involved in anomalies in government, and number two, that he had an accountability to the Filipino people to return 124,500,000 pesos. And it is very obvious that it was done by certain individuals. We don't know at this time if it is a coordinated or an orchestrated move. Anybody else? Yes.
Attorney, ano po yung indications that led you to rule out yung involvement po nung Duterte group, as you said?
Right. As I mentioned, when you try to take a look at the 5 to 10 individuals or personalities, titingnan mo din kasi kung ano yung leanings nila, yung how the posts that they've been making in the past, who they are associated with, what kind of issues that they make comments on, no, on social media, and you will tend to see a lack of connection to the Duterte group. Madali naman gumawa ng ganun. Kasi, yung, kumbaga saan tawag nga doon, resibo di ba? Titingnan mo yung resibo Pag yung tao, makikita mo, panayang defend dun sa Duterte, then, you will get this idea that number one, that talagang purely pro-Duterte yan, or number two, na yan ay pinakikilos ng mga Duterte. Now, when you take a look at the personalities who have been involved in trying to malign Senator Revilla, you will see that wala yung connection na yon, no? That they were all definitely, hindi mo makita yung kulay green ba? O yon, hindi mo makita yung kulay green. So that's why, as of now, what the camp of Senator Revilla is of the belief is that this is not an orchestrated move coming from the people who are aligning themselves with the former president or the vice president.
Sir, kung ang intention po ibagsak si Senator Revilla, may intention na may iangat din.
That is the necessary consequence, yes. Oo. Siyempre, kung merong kang hahatakin pababa, merong makikinabang, yes.
Pero hindi intention na iangat.
Hindi, kasi kung hahatakin, sigurado ay merong papalit na pangalan doon sa balota. It is the normal tendency really, alam mo, minsan lang naman tayo talaga makakaboto, di ba? So, lulubusin mo I remember my wife, just several days before the elections, ang parating tanong sa akin, 6 pa lamang yung nandun sa balota ko, we had this form given by COMELEC. 6 pa lamang, sino pa ba yung dapat kong bobotohin? It is a normal tendency that we want to maximize the ballot. So, you would fill it in. Ngayon, obviously, if you strike out certain people because ito yung mga negative comments na lumalabas, then definitely others who would not have been otherwise chosen will certainly benefit from the exclusion. So, ang nakikita ko po dyan, hindi man binabanggit kung sino yung dapat na botohin, pero when you try to pull down somebody, meron siguradong aangat because sila ngayon yung maboboto.
Sir, sa observation niyo po, kailan po nag-intensify ba yan, yung mga post na ganyan? Is it weeks or days before the election?
Yes, very good question. It was observed that all of these posts intensified 2 weeks before the election. It intensified. So makikita nyo talaga that the target was more probably to those who were, based on the surveys, were in the lower half. No? The lower half. Mapapansin nyo, wala masyadong mga paninirang mga tirada tungkol doon sa mga nandun sa upper half. Senator Bongo, Senator Bato, no? You'll even be surprised, even Senator Marcoleta, you would not see a lot of comments about him. And yet, ang talagang tina-target were those, and expectedly, you try to pull down the ones who were not in the what you would call that twilight zone, yung dikit-dikit na 11 to 14. And the objective is that kung yan yung mga magiging kalaban dun sa last few slots And that was exactly what happened. During the last 2 weeks, there appeared to be a marked increase in the number of posts wherein those in that twilight zone were now being targeted.
Sir, may observation din kayo na kahit si Senator Pacquiao lumalabas sa Malicure, then mas bumaba po ng gusto. Na-consider na rin yun, sa pag-aaral niyo po.
I'm sorry, but I could not make any comment with regard to Senator Pacquiao. I can only speak about Senator Bong. Pasensya na po.
Hindi nyo na sir, na kahit si Pacquiao ay bumaba?
We have not, I know that we have not done any study with regard to online attacks on Senator Pacquiao. So, I cannot make any comment on that, sir. Pasensya na po. I can only speak for what had been observed by the camp of Senator Revilla was an increase in the number of online attacks on his person, which he believes was definitely, at least intended really to affect the results of the 2025 senatorial elections.
Sir, yung pinakita niyo pong post, tinignan niyo po kung ilang best to share, ilan ang mga comments, ano yung mga comments.
Yes, yes. Meron po. Itong pinakita ko po na post, ano po to? Pinost po to May 7. May 7 po. May 7 po. Very damaging.
Based off of what I'm hearing, you don't think it's personal against Senator Bong. It's mostly na kasi para may umangat. Kaya hihilahin sa baba yung mga nandun sa medyo 8 to 12.
The motive of trying to pull him down to try to push somebody up may probably be a secondary motive, no? At what really is the core of a cyber libel complaint is the fact that one had made an utterance which was defamatory, malicious in nature, and with a malevolent intent to destroy that person in the eyes of the public. No? So hindi material yung kung merong aangat or what, o kung yun talaga yung kinikilingan ng tao, yung mga taong ito. It's the fact that you want to destroy the person. And that's the reason why we have a law which punishes it. Hindi yung kung ano yung epekto, no? Although that is in a way, no, yung an indirect effect, and which is the reason why Senator Revilla is proceeding with this. Let's try to understand, si Senator Revilla, as I mentioned, napakalaki na po ng tulong na nabigay sa Pilipino. And he has this mindset really to come out with laws, no, in order to help the Filipinos. Ngayon, as a private individual, makakatulong pa din naman siya, no? I mean, in his own private capacity, he will continue to help out, especially yung mga tao sa Cavite, no? Pero ang laki nung kawalan na kung ikaw ay nasa poder, ikaw ay may kapangyarihan para makapaggawa ng mga batas na makakatulong hindi lamang sa Cavite, kung hindi sa buong bansa. And he has been deprived of this. And this is what he actually rues so much about. No? This is the one thing which actually makes him so depressed right now. And I will say this, he's depressed, no? Because he feels that he has let down the Filipino people. That he has been deprived of a chance to continue to serve. And that's why he has to do this. Because hindi lang naman siya yung tao na merong ganitong intensyon. No? Napakarami po ng mga tao din na naapektuhan dahil sa fake news. Na merong maganda sana na intensyon. Pero kasi yung mga ganitong klaseng mga posts ay lumalabas na ang feeling ay hindi sila naman paparusahan o so, after coming out with this, I think it's about time, no, that people have to be made accountable, especially for false and fake news like this, without any fear of being penalized later on. Yes.
Attorney, as of now, may nakikita na po ba kayong politician or candidate behind yun pong mga fake news na ito? And is that also part nung gusto po ninyong matumbok dun sa investigations?
That might be pretty premature right now. That's why the only thing that I am really authorized to say is that based on the profiles of the 5 to 10 individuals that we intend to file charges against, that they have no connection, at least at first blush, they have no connection with the Duterte camp. So at least that we can rule out for now. For now.
Sir, you mentioned yung Commission on Elections earlier. Meron din po bang kinommunicate si Senator Revilla sa COMELEC? And ano po ba yung gusto niya pong actions naman ng COMELEC?
All right. With regard to any communications to COMELEC, as of now, well, there was not any communication made to try to suppress these kinds of posts. I am not certain if the COMELEC does in fact have the jurisdiction to do so, no? To suppress yung mga ganitong mga posts sa social media. At most ang alam ko is COMELEC can do something about posters, about banners, etc. But not with regard to social media, no? This is a pretty mobile and developing field in communications eh. Think about it, 5-10 years ago, hindi ganito yung pagkakampanya.